Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test before we start the stream today. Right, the test is good. All the audio is working fine, so I'm just getting the last bit set up, a little bit late today, sorry. Not much though, I mean, we are mostly ready now, so. Just looking for some charts for Canada, because unfortunately Chartfox doesn't cover Canada, so I've gone over to Vatsim Canada, and we seem to have some charts now. I'm just trying to find them, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Literally should be about 2 minutes, so hoping you guys are enjoying, will enjoy the stream. I'm trying to find charts, if they have charts, that is. Do they even have them? It's under pilot tools and there's nothing. They might not have charts, I don't know. I'm looking now. Do they have any charts at all? Okay, they don't appear to have charts anywhere on here, unless I'm just being a bit, like, silly. Can't find any, so, yes. So we'll have to Google them, I think. It might be a bit out of date, but we should get some. Let's see if Skyvector has anything decent on here. I have found some reasonably in-date ones as well, from the same company that was supplying the ones for. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I found one from the same company that was supplying stuff from for Juneau charts, so we'll use them. Cool. It's a bit of a mess, obviously, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? So, cool. Underway. Today, we'll go ahead and spawn into my flight sim now. One thing, I need to get Bean overlay up, and I need to get VPilot up, and once we do that, we can start properly the stream. So we are a little bit late today, obviously like 5 minutes into the stream, and it's still on the start screen. I was a little bit late to getting up today, and then sort of had to, you know, fix that. There's currently 2 planes pre-filed at Juneau plus me, because today I have decided to try out the pre-filing, because I discovered you can do it direct from SimBrief, which does save a lot of time. So I'll see whether that's going to save us today. So today, obviously, we are flying a teeny little Westjet. Westjet 737-600. Oh my word, it's tiny compared to that beast we flew in here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right, let's get the start off. Yep, we should see everything all correct up there. Let's get VPilot up. And hopefully it has my pre-filed flight plan, because I've never used this before. I'm really hoping it just has a pre-filed flight plan for me that I know works. So go ahead and connect. Call sign today is Westjet 2102. We are a B736. I'm not flying as part of any virtual airlines. I've just made up a random call sign today. Fetch from server. Yes, we have a flight plan here for us. Cool. And that all looks correct. So I'll go ahead and file that. That's nice. That saves me having to enter in everything. That's a time saver. So here's our plane. Look at it. I mean, just look at it. It's so small. It's hilarious. I really, really love it. Unfortunately, we're quite close to Juneau. We've had some ATC, but they're not for us. Right, that Delta is currently, it's about 25 minutes out, so we might see it, we might not. I don't know what runway we're going to be using today, so wait and see on that one, I guess. Has the plane actually got sound? So it tells me the plane doesn't have sound. And my headphones are working, yeah, but why doesn't the plane have sound? That worries me. That really worries me. We definitely don't have sound. Aircraft. Oh, great. So we have got some issues by the looks of it with our sound. So I'm going to have to reload in the plane. Give me a minute, guys. So what I'll have to do is load in a default 737 and then load in a proper 737 and hopefully that will work. Oh, it's a nightmare, this. Absolute nightmare sometimes. I don't understand. Well, there's no sound was basically what's happened, but why we haven't got any sound, I don't know yet. I will have to find out why we haven't got any sound. So, yes. Today's stream so far going very, very well. It's unbelievable. Has this plane got sound? Well, this plane doesn't have sound either. Okay, I'm beginning to wonder now. Something's gone wrong here, hasn't it? Something's definitely gone wrong. Because this thing don't have any sound. Oh, it does have sound. Just that only the flaps have sound, because none of the other buttons make a noise in this thing. Because it's a default 737, I forget that. So it does have sound then. I'm starting to wonder now. Please, I'm hoping now. Otherwise, I'll have to go back to the menu and load the flight in again. Actually, I'm better off disconnecting from Vatsim. It's probably easier. Yeah, it's a pain, this. It's definitely a pain, but I'm hoping it's just the one-off today. I don't know, I tried the delivery out and it was okay. Okay, it's failed to load in. No, it's loaded in correctly. Yay, we've got sound. Cool. Okay, for some reason, yeah, it just didn't load in that one time. It's initializing the systems and everything's all working correctly, so for whatever reason, it didn't load in correctly the first time. I don't really know why. Anyway, let's get on with what I was actually wanting to do, which is check the weather down in Juneau. So we've got absolutely clear skies, which is just what we wanted. And we have sound. Amazing, we have sound. That's so good. Yeah, amazingly, yep, sound. Winds are quite literally 0 at 0. Why not? I better tune ourselves to Unicorn. I don't know what runway they're going to be using here then, because the runways are literally 0 at 0. So it doesn't really matter which runway we use. Really? Like, there's no wind. Temperature's -1 this morning. Oh, it's cold. We were planned to use runway... what runway we were planned to take off on? 26. Right, connect back to Vatsim then. Let's go ahead and file our flight plan again. Cool. There. So now we have sound. We're ready to go. So sadly, yeah, there's a bit of an oopsie there, but we're underway again. So, right, let's get on with actually flying the plane today. So, first of all, going to our payload. We have 132 passengers apparently, so max, basically. Max passengers. And cargo we have 0, so we'll just fill it up to our 0 fuel weight. Actually, we might just have no cargo. So the landing planes can use 0 weight. I know 0 weight is the preferred for approaches anyway, as we know from flying in here last time. Right, what's the fuel that's required today? 8139. None in the centre tank then. So yeah, that's all in there. Payload now. I don't know why it's saying our 0 fuel weight is 102.8. Oh, it's in pounds, that's why. This aircraft's in pounds. Dope. That's really annoying. Okay, we'll go ahead and change it to kilos. That explains it. Right, FS actions. Oh dear, what am I up to today? Right, you know what? Let's get GSX boarding. We'll just tally how many passengers we have on board, which is 129 now. We use United Airlines because that's the only thing that's available. Right, aircraft equipment. Nope, it's aircraft displays. I don't know where it is actually. Displays, failures, equipment. I don't know. It's somewhere in here. Options. Here you go. It's probably in here. Simulation. Performance. Oh, why can't I find it? It's under pmdg setup somewhere. Options. I'm positive it's under like simulation or something. No, key commands. Aircraft then. Must be under aircraft displays. I'm looking, but I can't find it. There's definitely something to change. Fuel controls. Oh, it was there. Kilos. Right, we're now on kilos. So, doors open, open. Cool. Oh, I don't know what's going on today. Right, Grandpa can come on as well. Get rid of the APU. I don't know what I'm doing today. I honestly don't. What is going on with me? Right. And then after that, let's actually get our payload in here today. So fuel, we are taking 8139 kilos, that is, not pounds. Cool. And there is some in the centre tank now, so we'll make sure the centre pumps are off for now. They are. Cool.
Hello.
And payload then. We've got a 0 fuel weight of 46.6. We're looking for 50.9. So we want to add about 5,100. No? 4,100. 4,300. Oh dear. 4,300. So 2150. Yeah, 50.9. So that is everything all loaded then, so we can get that over to the doors page and leave it there for now. Right, while that's happening, let's get everything plugged in for today's flight. So going from Juneau, Pageant. From there, we're going down to CYZF, Yellowknife. We are Westjet 2102. Actually, set our altimeter as well, there we go. Cool. And then departure, we are planning a different departure now. So we're going to go ahead and go for, I think we're planning the Juneau 5.
Hello.
I think that's okay. In fact, yeah, 08 does slightly affect it, but we're okay. So we'll take we're taking off 08 today and then the Juneau 5. What's our first waypoint? Our first waypoint is SSR, so we'll take the SSR transition. And then from there, we're going direct to FIQH.
Good morning.
After that, it is J521 onto V, the V39er, via YFS, yes, and then to YZF, and then from there it is direct into the airport. No SID or star for us today. There's no stars basically. We're going to be using, what runway we're planning for today? We are planning, find it on SimBrief, runway 34, so ILS 34 with a YZF ZF transition. So have a look at how that looks now. So obviously 26 would have been our preferred for taking off, obviously, so we're going to go ahead and take out and then over to SSR and then up from there. It's a bit of a weird takeoff, but yeah. And then we enter to the airport, go over the airport, and then fly over to the ILS, where we land. Cool! It's a bit of a sort of mix of everything today, but yeah. So we head out like that, and then to Barlow, up to SSR, and then like that, out. Cool. No restrictions of any kind. It's a bit of an odd route out, but it's the route we've got, so yeah, we're going to head out to Barlow, then up to SSR, and then from there it's direct out for us today. Taxi chart, we're parked at like gate 5 or something, so we're just going to try and get our way over to 08 really.
Good evening, ma'am.
That's about it really for landing. I will check the conditions down in CYZF. Conditions 330 at 7 knots. Oh, it's minus 16. We're going to need some anti-ice, I think. That is freezing. Altimeter 1030. Why is it so cold? It's not that cold here. Here it's minus 1. That's nuts. We're not even going that far north. And QNH is 1032. That's nuts weather. It's freezing down there. Right, init ref page, zero fuel weight, get down there. What's our reserves? We're planning to burn, out of the 8.2 we're taking, according to this, we're planning to burn, I don't know whether I include the contingency fuel in there. Right, boarding's finished, so we'll go ahead and get the APU fired up. External, no, not, emergency lights can go to the armed position. Close over the doors. Make sure it's on the ground connections page. So plan to burn 4.2. Final reserves are 1, so just put 1. Cost index as planned for us today, 70. Whoa, that's a high cost index. Okay. And we're cruising today at 370. And cruise winds today are 333 at 52. So overall, we are getting an overall headwind of 7 miles throughout our whole trip. So go ahead and execute that in there. And one limit, no derates, very short. Why are we saying insufficient fuel? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I shouldn't say that we're planning to use blah blah blah, because it's not right. Just moan at me. There we go. Cool, flaps 5 for takeoff. Yeah, those speeds look okay. Cool, centre of gravity set 6.33 on the trim. Cool, 6.39, that's as close as we're going to get. Cool, we are all set up and ready to go. Actually, I keep forgetting this. We need to enter in the runway wind. Actually, there is no runway wind, so we can leave it. Cool. So APU should be fired up now. It is. We're on APU power. So away goes ground power. On go the parking brakes. Off go the wheel chocks. And into FMC progress page. We're taking about an extra 20 miles today because the different runway we're using. That delta is currently at 27,000, so we should be okay. Set this up to our cruise altitude, 370. On goes the beacon light because we're about to depart, and on go the fuel pumps in the centre tanks as well. On go that sign, on go e-fasten seatbelts. On go the electric gens, on go the probe heats, and there we go. I think that should be the whole thing done. Check the recall, just electric, yeah? We might get asked, oh yeah, packs off as well. Cool. Cool. And we'll set this to 2,200 and then TRA. Lovely. Right, let's get ourselves pushed back now. Arm the auto throttles for takeoff. Push back in departure. Ice warning. Yes, we definitely want de-icing today. It is -1 outside, and we're going to need icing possibly down into Yellowknife as well. We might need to use anti-ice. So once we've got anti-ice underway and sorted, we can start departing for Yellowknife. Flight time today is about around 50 minutes. Block time 2 hours and 18 minutes. We're thinking something along those lines. And we'll see. What breaks into the RTO petition while waiting? We'll just do a quick check. So we've done all this stuff here. We should have, yeah. And then obviously this stuff is for once we've started the engine. So the de-icing trucks are here, so they'll de-ice us as it is -1 outside.
Confirmed aircraft is ready for treatment.
There you go. Based on temperature, it recommends
Treatment now
50%.
Fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%. I will call you back when ready.
So that's what it recommends based on the temperature. We might need to use anti-ice heading into Yellowknife, as it is -15. It's no rain though, so we should be okay. Let's have a look at this anti-ice. I've never seen it really. Obviously, it's never been cold enough really. Obviously, we are flying within Canada, so it is needed. I don't know. Maybe we could have got away without anti-ice, I think, because of the fact that it's not raining. But if GSX suggests it, then I will. Why not? That delta is getting ever closer, so we're going to push back to the left, head down there, down this taxiway here, and then we're going to line up there and get off. Obviously we're going to use the full length of the runway here. From what I remember, it's a long-ish runway, but it's not massive. Get the engine info down there so you can see what we're doing later. The whole route looks good, so get this into map mode. And make sure the weather radar is turned on. For some reason we're not getting that weird like sort of thing that shows like the rings around us. Maybe that only happens once we're in the air.
De-icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing code is fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%.
Cool.
I'm disconnected. Good day.
Right, and now we want pushback, which they should already be doing. They should already be doing pushback, hopefully. As I had asked for the pushback. This thing is so small, it's hilarious. It's just like such a small little aircraft, it's cute. Like, it's no different to fly to any of the bigger
Due to icing
737s.
conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Okay, so we need to wait. We can't start the engines until we've started. Apparently, I don't know why. That's their policy, I guess. Also, we'll set the V2 speed on here. 133. This can go straight up to our cruise altitude. No restrictions at all. Probably hand flight until Barlow, or maybe just CGL NB. I mean, to be above 1,000, that point should be easy enough. Cool. We'll start our block time clock as soon as they start pushing us back, and then we can get underway. 133. This can go straight up to our yeah, so next week we are actually back in the 737-600 on Thursday. We are going from Yellowknife out to Edmonton. Right, let's push back to the left.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Cool, so we won't start the engines just yet. We'll wait until we fully push back. And we start the block time clock. Yeah. Cool, so going back now. looks like Sim briefing. No, looks like GSX is pushing us back the correct way, unlike sometimes right. Okay, set flaps 5, may as well. Do that now. It might be a bit slow to change because we haven't got any engines running or anything like that, but it doesn't really matter, may as well set them into place to start. We are being pushed back now. That delta is currently at 16,000 feet. Now, from what we remember, the approach into Juneau is quite long, so it should be okay. But yeah, cool. So this thing's not gonna push us back. When we stop, we'll start the engines once our brakes are set.
Parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Okay, so we can start the engines now. This is getting really dumb.
Juneau traffic got Delta 113 Ridge 13,000 feet for there and nav 08. Juneau traffic Delta 113.
Not sure exactly what he was saying there, but so starting both engines now, getting them both up and running. Engine number 1, fuel's coming in. Cool, engines are looking good. We can confirm it with GSX now. That one's gone into off, so we'll put that into continuous for departure. Taxi lights can come on as well. Half hour into the stream, we're only just pushing back. Amazing. We are a bit delayed today, aren't we? We are a little bit delayed. Backing into the continuous position. Cool.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass bin removed.
Cool, they're going to go ahead and drive off now. We'll get engine power running now. So off goes the APU. And the packs can come back into auto position.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Check the recall, we're all good. So, just one more check on the checklist. Continuous, yes. MCP, yes. Transponder, yes. Landing strobes and retract will handle later. So strobes, yeah, we can turn the strobes on now. Actually, they're already on steady mode, which is what I like them on. So let's go ahead and get ourselves down to that runway. So we're taxiing to 08 now. I'm not sure where that plane is, the Delta. So I might be able to get ahead of them.
Juneau traffic Delta 113, we are on the right downwind for runway 08.
Yeah, so who knows? We might be clear to go, we might not, I don't know. Might have to wait for the Delta to land, unfortunately. I think we'll be okay, actually, looking at our... Obviously, I know we've got our T-class turned on, although for some reason it's not working. The lines that come up aren't working for some reason today. When you hit traffic, it should work. But for whatever reason, it's not working today. But, you know, the rings aren't coming up, but we've got traffic, so that's all that matters. So it's okay, I guess. Right, let's get ourselves taxied over to the runway. Now, that Delta is at 11,000 at the moment. That was 2 minutes ago. It's now at 9,500. So I think we should be clear to go. Right. Hopefully. We are taxiing up to the runway. We'll go ahead and park up here. And we'll go ahead and look where that delta is. I think we should be okay. Let's look where the delta is. Let's have a look. Cool, right, get landing lights turned on. And runway turns on, taxi light off. And we're just waiting for takeoff clearance now to see if we're going to get anything off this delta. It's not a penny in my TCAS. Are we going to get anything? Well, we haven't heard anything, so we're going to go ahead and take off. Entering final. Great. Right, let's get ourselves taxied up to the runway and let's go ahead and get out of here because Delta is entering its final approach. So let's get out of here nice and quick before it gets any nearer. So, get the clock started, and there we go. Toga. Why are we getting a warning? Oh, okay. There was a little warning popped up, and then immediately went. I don't know what that was about. Right, S-Speed's live. A knots.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
And away we go. Positive rate gear is going up. What happened to VNAV? What about disengage? There you go, VNAV's back in now. But I'll go ahead and follow this round. It's going to be a bit of a awkward sort of departure, I think. This thing, I can't actually physically climb this thing enough, like, with what this wants. Like, how much does it want to point up, seriously? Like, are we really climbing this quickly? I'm in the sky, so we're cool. Right, flaps back to out of centre tank fuel already. That was quick. I really should just put them on in cruise sometimes, I think. Right, flaps going fully up now. I can see why it's such a sharp turn and why you don't. Yeah, I can really see why you don't tend to land on this runway. This terrain is a bit nasty.
Terrain. Pull up.
Game, we're fine. It's like, pull up. No, we're fine. Oh dear. Nightmare that, trying to get out of here. There we go. Let's get autopilot turned on now. Cool. From my turn offs are coming off. Those can go into the off position. Auto brakes already off. Lovely. So yes. Because obviously ultimates aren't until 18,000. Lovely, we are now in the air, everybody. And heading our way down to Yellowknife. I've always thought Yellowknife is actually quite a funny name, like sort of name for a place, isn't it? It's like, why? Why is it called that? There we go, we are above the skies. Let's get our sort of navigation to a little bit more range so we can see what's going on today. Okay, we're passing 10,000 now, so landing lights are coming off. Wait until 18,000 for seatbelts, as we are here in the US. Cool, we are now in the air and heading upwards. Look at that, nice view. I do love the scenery above Canada, it's very nice. Have to say, we'll take that for a thumbnail we might use sometime. I'm trying to get as many possible thumbnails stored up so we can have them for all occasions, basically. Right, after SSR we'll make quite a sharp left turn, and then after that we can just sort of focus on our climb out then. So we're still gaining speed as well. We're going very quickly today. As this plane, you know, Simbrief gave us cost index 70. Obviously we're not flying with Virtual Airlines, so I can't just follow their cost indexes. So this thing has slowed its climb right down so we can gain speed. Yeah, that Delta hasn't touched down in Juneau yet, so glad we decided to take off. Because there was obviously enough time for us to depart. But this thing's starting to pick up the pace of the climb now. We are in the air. Go ahead and lock the gear into place so it can't come out accidentally. Coming up to that turn SSR, which means I can get rid of the charts for Juneau because we don't need them anymore. I'll have a look at the charts for Yellowknife once we get down there. We're not using any stars. There are no stars down in Yellowknife. Basically, almost no waypoints today. It's very quick waypoints, most of them direct, really, across Canada today. We are flying down the middle of Canada. It's going to be very cold in Yellowknife, so as I said, we might end up needing some anti-ice. Let's have a look at the route along the way. So along the way, have we got any warnings of turbulence or any? Doesn't look like it, does it? We haven't even got any. We've got a couple of clouds. It's a bit more cloudy down in Yellowknife, but not too bad. CYZF. Yeah, currently it's clear. Clouds, none reported. It's just -16. It's freezing. Right, standard pressure. It's absolutely freezing down there. Urgh. Freezing cold. Don't know why it's freezing cold, but it is. Down there, unfortunately, it is just freezing cold. Quite simple. So yeah, first time ever flying the 737-600. Very interesting plane, actually. Now this thing's approach speed, yeah, 130 at the moment, so we are still a Cat C aircraft in this thing. We're not dipping into the Cat Bs. Now there is one plane on its way to Yellowknife at the moment. It's a little DC. It's a DHC3, like a little twin otter, I think it is, something like that. Buffalo Airways Virtual. So it's on a virtual airline. Passing 22,000 now. Right, you know what? We are pretty much leveled out now. We're going to pass back over Juneau Airport, which is quite funny. So once we've leveled out, I'll go ahead and get the seatbelt signs turned on. And we'll track direct to YQH. For whatever reason, it had given us a slightly off direct path. So we'll choose an exact direct path to YQH. You know, shorten our route by about 3 miles probably. Not much difference. But then Juneau's somewhere down there. It's a bit covered in cloud really, it's a mix today. We're going out evened out, so let's go ahead and get seatbelt signs off. And I want to try and find a way to get this it'll be somewhere in here. I'm just fiddling around with all the different settings. Oh, I'll definitely go with that. The altitude dial, that's cool. There. Range arcs. On. That's better. That's better. Right, everything's all set up now. Cool. $671 miles now to go to Yellowknife. Should take us about an hour and a half, basically, it's the same. Hour and 32. Meaning our total flight time was an hour and 43. Okay. Original planned flight time was an hour and 50, so we'll wait and see what we get. Yeah, straight up now, there's not much in the way of waypoints. Straight up, basically, to the airport. Really? Haven't really got a headwind or a tailwind. It's a slight headwind actually. No, tailwind, slight tailwind. Very strong winds actually, 62 knots. However, it doesn't seem to be affecting this thing too bad. Also, just to say, the 787 is very fast at cruising. It's a fast cruiser, so that would be nice. Yeah, it was a 737-900 that was landing at Juneau just then, so. Come all the way from Key West. 3,000 miles. That's a long journey. That's a long, long journey. Very long. So yeah, it is normally quiet over Canada at this sort of time of day. I mean, like, I don't know why that is, but it is just, that's how it is basically. It's just very quiet over Canada. But yeah, so we shouldn't have too much air traffic or anything like that near us at all. So Yeah, it would be nice to get some ATC, but you know, ATC on Vatsim in the mornings is much less likely, unfortunately. So, oh well. New Zealand's very busy at the moment. Obviously, we are flying within. We are flying within Australia next week. We're going from Brisbane down to I forgot what it's called. Melbourne. Down to Melbourne. Brisbane down to Melbourne. So that should be pretty good. Right now, Melbourne's got full control online, but obviously right now it is like 8. It's 9 p.m. 8 p.m. in parts of Australia. So it's peak Vatsim time, which is why it's so busy over there. We're doing it in the afternoon, like 1 p.m, 2 p.m, so it'll be, for them, very early morning, so I doubt there won't be much activity over Australia, sadly. It's just the timings that we do it, isn't it? So we're passing above 32,000 feet now. Maybe we should do more like Australian flying in early mornings to get the ATC in Australia, and then do like, because flights like this in the US are better off in the afternoon, but then Europe it doesn't really matter. Europe's a bit of both. In the morning it's busy enough. I mean, right now you've got London Control online, Gatwick online, Manchester online, Rome Radar online. So there's, you know, it's still quite busy over Europe. It's just not packed. I mean, US you've got a couple of things online too, but it's not too busy. Obviously, don't do much flying around the US, but now I have started to do more, so that's kind of it. Miles now to our top of climb. I will look at the charts once we get up there to decide what on earth we're doing. So our flight's still got quite a while to run yet. So 600 miles direct to Yellowknife is actually 630 for us. So that last bit is basically not direct, but the rest of the flight, yeah, it's pretty much direct. So I think for now we are still using runway 34. The winds, yeah, definitely runway 34, and that was 20 minutes ago. That weather came through, so it's the most accurate weather. It's minus 18 now. It's got even colder. Lovely. Why is it so cold? I don't understand. We're not going any further north, really. So why it's going from -1 to -18? It's freezing. But it's not raining, so we probably won't need anti-ice. Although maybe I'll make sure. -18 is pretty cold. I don't know, saying that there is no ice on the wings, remember. We haven't flown through any icing conditions, and we've been de-iced after takeoff as well. So, I don't know, I'm hoping if you get I think you can get an anti-ice warning in this thing, look. Alert, anti-ice, and I'm hoping, or does that come on if we have anti-ice turned on? No, it comes on if we need anti-ice by the looks of that, so that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that if we do need anti-ice, that light will come on. Right, there's the altitude horn to tell us we are basically at our cruise of 370. I have about a 7 knot tailwind at the moment, not bad. Not bad at all. And we're cruising quite quickly as it is as well, which is lovely. carry on at 370. We're here to the end now, no step climbs or anything like that. So the plane's going to start throttling down now to its cruise level of thrust. And there we go, we are now here for the next 510 miles. Wait, what? How are we descending in such a short... We're descending in 100 miles. How's that possible? Like 105 miles from 37,000. The minimum should be... Well, 37 times 3 should be the minimum. The minimum amount of time should be 111 miles, minimum. So I don't know why that's happened. Okay. Well, if this thing thinks it can do that, I'm up for its thinking that it can do it, but who knows. Right, let's go ahead and check out the charts for Yellowknife. So let's bring them on screen. Here they are. They are in a like just a window. So let's have a look. So this is RNAV 28. Wait, they have a 28? Oh, that's a really small runway. 28 and 10 is the small runway by the looks of it. And 34 and 16 is the big main one. So we're definitely using 34 or 16 no matter what happens, because the other one looks quite a short runway. There's no dimensions on it, but the other one, look, is not too massive. So these are all the approaches. So this is the ILS, runway 34. So the minimums, here we go. It doesn't matter what cat we are then. 872 on the ILS, 200 feet above ground. So 872, that's what we need to plug in as our Barrow reference. And then these are all the SIDS. Oh, is that literally it? That's literally the charts. Okay. Well, whatever then. We've got the ILS chart. That's all we need, I guess. We haven't got a ground chart, have we? No. We'll go ahead and use just this ILS chart then. So we come in from Ketlo or Pepta. I'm not sure what we're using actually. We don't come in from any of those. Let's change our route slightly. Ketlo. And then we will delete YZF. And put that in there. Cool, that should now be the arc. It's like Bilbao, think of it like that. We sort of arc in, almost. And our first waypoint isn't PI 001 either. We go to Zizix. There. Not in database. Okay, it's a bit out of date then, man, that part of it. We'll do that, and it was originally 631 miles, so we've actually saved ourselves back for like about 10 miles by doing that, so. Yeah, I like the look of that. So we head to Ketlo and then head in, rather than totally backtracking the whole way. I like the look of that. I know it's an out-of-date procedure, so that could be why we're having that, but personally I think I prefer this version of the Arrival. See if it's not in database though. So you have to Ketlo, PI 002. It's not really an arc in that way, but I'll see if we've got the equivalent, like under arrivals. Ketlo, transition, yay! We do have the Ketlo transition, cool. Oh, so we now have the proper approach plugged in with the arc. Yes, cool. Cool, that's the approach we're looking for then. And that has saved us about 10 miles. Not bad. Not bad at all. I was gonna say there must be a proper approach somewhere, and there it was. So we're gonna do that instead because I think that's much better, personally. So head in little arc, and then absolutely no restrictions into the ILS, and then we head onto it like that. Cool. I like that. We'll do that. Great. And then the Barrow reference was 872. So we'll get that plugged in now. There, 872. Cool. That is everything all plugged in like it should be. And we are ready for that. We'll just go ahead and I'll tune the standby frequency, so 109.5 in there. And a course of 340. And there we go. That is us all set up for approach. So we can just sort of chill out for a bit now until we have to descend down. Very quiet at the moment in the area, so yeah, for now it's sort of like chill out. I mean, hopefully we'll have some. I mean, how good we do on the views today. I mean, I'll say something. Yesterday we did absolutely wonderfully. 5 playbacks so far. We had 16 playbacks. I think it did get taken down to. I think what's cool. It does actually remove my own views afterwards because it got taken down to 14, which means the YouTube studio counts as 1 and the phone counts as 1. So take off 2, I think. I'm looking at like Buffalo, like Airways Virtual. Anyway, cool. We can just sit here now. I've got 90 miles to our next waypoint, 240, 147, then 37 after Bamps to Ketlow, and then it's 4 miles, and then just lots of these little turns arcing in. So I will change my route slightly, so going direct. I've just changed our route slightly. There. That might show up on that spy, who knows. The updated flight plan, that is. Cool. That's our new route. So, yeah, not bad. So that's our arrival all plugged in and ready to go. Also, I checked the descent forecast. Yeah, we're all good. So right now outside it's like minus 30 at true air. Total air temperature is minus 30. I'm not exactly sure what total air temperature is, as opposed to just like regular air temperature. This thing is it's such a short plane. Look at it, I keep forgetting. Like how short a plane it actually is. Also, one thing I found really cool, its registration is CGPWS. I mean, like, as in GPWS callouts. Like, that is so cool. Yeah, I'd say this plane looks rather nice, I would. It's perfect for flying within, you know, the shorter runways of Canada, because it is, really, it would have been very good for the Greek Island topping yesterday as well. Remember that, landing into Chios? My word, I did not expect the runway to be that short there, I really didn't. I think it was shorter than maybe it should have been, because of the scenery, but... Whoa, I had to just slam that A319 into the ground, and, you know, max brakes, and on takeoff, we had to put the parking brake on, and go toga and then release it because of how short the runway was. We only just got off then, so you know it's a very small airport. That I did not expect it. Did not expect that at all. We might have had the half-man weather through for Yellowknife. Not yet. It is only 9:33. This is like my local time, by the way, so it's obviously not Yellowknife time. Elevation of Yellowknife is 675, so I'll set 700 to the landing altitude. Cool, we are all ready then. So I've done all this. That doesn't matter. So now we can just sort of, you know, sit back and enjoy the flight, really. So should be okay. I'll check if Vatsim's got my new flight plan. Wonder if it did. Wonder if it got the new flight plan. It did. Cool. It got the new flight plan. Hour and 12 minutes, I think that is, until we have to land. We are descending in under an hour now. It has clocked under an hour. It's 54 minutes now. Nice view outside right now. Quick flyby. I love it as well, you have the little black sort of line underneath the wings, underneath the windowsill, windscreen, that's what it is, on this thing, and it's really cool. Makes it look almost like a bird. I mean, I guess it is sort of a bird, it's a very big bird, but yeah. So at the moment we've got a 2 knots tailwind, not much then, it's 2 knots, better than nothing, better than a headwind. And I think we're on course at the moment. We're due to be in YQH in about 5 minutes, so 37 minutes into the flight. YQH, there we go, 36 minutes, about 1 minute late maybe. For some reason YQH, obviously VORs have names, its name is Watson Lake. And YQH and Watson Lake have nothing alike, so I don't know why they have such random names. It must be an airport, like CYQH, probably. Yeah, that's what it is, Watson Lake Airport. Down there should be an airport. Right in about 30 miles time. The scenery is quite nice. Look at it. Pretty nice scenery, I'd say. Nice looking plane, this. I get some better FPS in this thing, right? I don't know, the A320 planes, I don't know what it is, but I seem to get worse FPS in them now. I noticed it particularly yesterday on the Green Iron Top, and the FPS really wasn't great. Like right now I'm getting 50, 47, 44. It's very up and down. When I move the camera, it drops to about 40, 30. It's a lot better when I don't move the camera. When I don't move the camera, the FPS increases loads. I'm moving the camera using my yoke. Plane's looking alright at the moment. We've got still that 2-knot tailwind, so it's pretty much totally a crosswind. Coming into Yellowknife, we shouldn't have. It should be mostly a headwind. We haven't had the updated weather yet for 9:30. I expect to get that in about 5 minutes. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, right now where we are above, what's the weather looking like? So right now the weather up here at 390 is the closest to us. Wind speed 324 at 61. It's slightly off then. Obviously we're at 37, so we're in the middle of the two blocks. QNH where we are right now is 1030. That's not relevant, no. We'll go ahead and get back Yellowknife's conditions. We're not going to have those just yet. No clouds reported, apparently. Although when I look at the map, Yellowknife is covered in clouds. So I'm quite interested to sort of see that. How Yellowknife can be covered in clouds and yet no clouds are reported. So the weather radar and the weather report are saying two different things, basically. So I don't know. Who knows? It's exactly 0 degrees Fahrenheit in Yellowknife right now, and it's obviously minus 18. It's freezing. How is it so cold? Like, it's physically like silly cold. It's too cold. I don't know how it's possible to be that cold. But you know, somehow it is. Somehow it's freezing. Right, this next waypoint's in 6 miles, and then it's the next one, with a gap of 240, it's the biggest gap of all of them. On today's flight, so down there should be an airport. That's Watson Lake Airport then. So, when we're above there, we'll turn. I just noticed, what's this weird dome? What's that? Why is that there? That's not normally, it looks like a little emergency hatch. What's it doing there? Okay. I'm guessing that's supposed to be there, yeah? Is that particularly aerodynamic? Can I see it from the inside? No. I can't see it from the inside. So it's not like a hatch or anything. Nice view of the plane up here. We're in the back seat now. Back of the plane. Get some nice views, really, you do. Get some very nice views. We'll stick to this overwing view, though. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys the Quality Wing 787 on Friday. I really can't wait for that. Also, you can expect some more design and builds to come this week. Please tell me if you're liking that series. It had a fair amount of views, like 7 or 8, pretty good. But I would love to know, because for my opinion, it's a pretty cool series. And obviously, it's not just the fact I get to upload stuff on YouTube. Then I get to upload it on the pmdg modding. Forum. I've had a number of downloads of it already, about 40 I think last time I checked. So it'll be it's lovely to know that people are enjoying my car in other games. So if any of you guys would love to go check it out, please go to the description of that video. I've got the link to both of my cars there, so you can check it out. Without the overlay, that's what it looks like. It looks so different without the overlay. It's so good though that we have that overlay running. Like, I'm really happy with how it turns out, the overlay. It's like, I spent a good hour and a bit on it, longer than that even, and it's well worth it. I'm saying that, it was definitely well worth it, so I'm happy about that. I'm very happy, so. Obviously it turned out really well. Everything's all good with the plane then. What's in the area then? We've got absolutely nothing in the area at the moment. That one little teeny plane heading for Yellowknife is approaching. We should have the updated weather for Yellowknife now. No, maybe it's hourly then. Maybe it's hourly weather at Yellowknife. I'll check the meta, because for some reason the actual weather seems to come out way before Active Sky tells me about it. No, it's still 8 o'clock weather, so maybe it is just 8 o'clock. What's this route data? I can just see, like, basically the winds, and that's the current wind, I think. I don't know. Landing speed is now 128. It is dropping all the time, obviously, as we are dropping weight. So I don't know why this doesn't work, because the Quality Wings, where is it now? Oh, this one doesn't have it, but the little system that comes down, like the little thing, the flap that comes down from up there, like that shows your displays, it doesn't work on this aircraft, but it does work on the 787. I don't actually use it on the 787 because I've discovered it's actually just easier to follow that, in my opinion, so I'd rather use that. But it's cool that it works. It's really cool. I originally thought it might have been a thing with FSX, but no, for whatever reason it doesn't work in this plane. I'm sure there's something I'm probably doing wrong. here we are both carried out. There's just shooting our heading, so it's on course with where the nose is pointing right now. Which is apparently right off to where we actually are. I don't understand why the nose is 8 degrees off where we actually are right now. I'm not sure that's totally accurate. It is getting a bit more cloudy. Definitely. It's like mixed clouds. There's no weather popping up on the radar though, so we're okay with that. So yeah, today, so far, we are, well, how long left now to clock this down? We have 308 miles. Half hour? No, 40 minutes. 40 minutes until top of descent. Hope everyone is enjoying the stream on this Sunday morning. Also, one thing I have totally forgotten to mention, happy Easter everybody. It is an Easter stream today. I totally forgot that when I scheduled the stream. Otherwise, maybe I would have done something special, I don't know. Saying that, what can you do special? I know for Christmas you can fly to Lapland, but what do you do for Easter in aviation? Like, I'm sure there's something, like Easter Bunny Island or something. I bet there's an airport called that. Like, I don't know, there might be like an Easter airport that we'd fly to, I don't know, but it occurred to me, so we're just going normal sort of routes today, and as I said, so next week now, I'll give you a full rundown of what we're doing next week. So Thursday we're going out at Yellowknife in this same plane down to Edmonton, and then on Thursday we are flying, no, Friday morning this is, doing a bit of a different stream. Normally I'd stream on a Sunday morning, we're streaming on a Friday morning, special. We won't get to do it again for quite a while I don't think, but we're going to be flying between Brisbane and Melbourne in a Topa Sky, so that's like Fly UK's Australian franchise, Topa Sky 787-9. That's my first chance to show you guys the quality wings. I love it. I did another flight in it yesterday. So I've done 3 flights in it now. It's a superb plane, so can't wait to show you guys it. And then on Saturday we are continuing out of Athens in an Aegean A320 now, going down to Bologna. So that should be nice. And then next week, I don't know, who knows after that. No, that is next week. The week after that, who knows. And also, also obviously we're going to do some VFR flying on the Wednesday on the Wednesday evening. I think we're doing 3 flights. Again, I think we are. So that should all be cool. Got a lovely week of streaming planned ahead next week. And I cannot wait though, but I have been waiting to show you guys the quality wing. Since I bought it, I've been like, yeah, this is a magnificent plane. So should be fun. Go about 280 miles now to top of descent. About, what's that, half an hour, 36 minutes now until top descent. So this flight's going pretty quickly actually. We've got 385 miles left to run, all in all. So we're descending, yeah, that's a bit better. We're descending with about 114 miles to go. It's still going to be a pretty quick descent, but it'll be better. So yeah, just check, I don't know, cruise here. So the fuel's doing okay at the moment. We're going to have 3.9 left when we land, which is perfect. Right, if there is going to be 9:30 weather, we will have had it by now. Okay, so I think it's hourly weather down in Yellowknife, so that 10 o'clock weather will probably be the last weather we get then. So that'll be the weather we use to plan our arrival with, whenever we get that. Just to check we haven't done a METAR through and it's just being slow. No, I think it is hourly. I remember, I think Juneau might have been hourly now, thinking about it. Anyway, whatever it is, that's how we're doing it today, so. Oh well, are there any other Westjets on the server? There's one other, going from Calgary to Toronto. Okay, I'm looking for Fly UKs as well on there. Oh, there's a few, there's quite a few. Cool. Fly UK will be extra busy because they are having that rank. They're having a rank 3 week, so you can do some more interesting stuff with some of these flights. Much more interesting stuff. Although I think most people are seem to be sticking to it. I don't really understand the whole rank 3 weekend. It hasn't made a total lot of sense to me, but whatever. That's nice. It's actually very busy on Vatsim. We've got 900 pilots, 60 controllers on the whole server. Not bad then. It's fairly busy for a morning. Fairly busy. It's quite funny, really. You know, as the real world skies have emptied out, Vatsim has just piled on its business. At this time of the morning, a couple of months ago, 600 connections. Right now, 1,010. Almost double. It's about 190 off double. It's not bad. We have actually got a slight headwind now of 1 knot. It's pretty normal, really, pretty normal. Here we are, flying above Canada. It's pretty nice out there. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to get a ground chart, are we, unfortunately? Haven't really got... That's unfortunately, I don't know why, but the charts we've got are basically only approach charts. They're not anything else, which is a bit annoying. I'll just duplicate the tab and then go looking for some others that we might be able to find. Here's some from 2015. Although they don't load in because it's a preview and you have to pay for the full thing. Great. Because it's some website, right? Yeah, I'm looking. They don't appear to have anything really. Sadly. They have Canadian airport charts. Okay. Interesting. They're taking an age to load. Okay, I think we'll just stick with the charts we've got. We don't need a ground chart. There's no... It's not a big airport anyway, so we'll just stick with it. That small plane from go to Yellowknife has just landed, so interesting. But yeah, I think we're just going to stick with the ILS. We've got all our minimums and everything all plugged in, so... because we're coming in on runway 34, we can vacate it into the runway, into the terminal area. That'll be about it, really. Looks quite nice out there. It's a little bit cloudy, but not, not like thick clouds today. It's not bad. Oh, a little bit of turbulence there. Interesting. I haven't really been too affected by turbulence or weather this flight, which is quite nice. The weather hasn't really been that bad. That's what it is. Like, just haven't really had any issues with weather. Pretty nice, I guess. If that's the case. I wonder if that plane is going back. I don't know. I don't think we'll have any traffic in Yellowknife when we land. Unfortunately, there is a plane that's like a flight that's been pre-filed, but it's been pre-filed for ages now. So something tells me it probably won't ever really spawn in. I don't know, but probably not. How are we doing? So about 330 miles left to run into Yellowknife. Not bad then. We should be down on the ground in the next sort of 45 minutes. We should be on the ground in the next 45 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, these clouds are thick over here, and there's a couple of rain clouds up there. Nothing on our weather radar though, so we're okay. I've set weather and turbulence there, so we're all good in case there is some weather we need to be thinking about. Right, no, it is now 10 o'clock, so in another 10 minutes we should have our weather from Yellowknife, I think. And that'll help us decide which runway we're using. I think it will probably stay at 3-4. Maybe, hopefully it will have warmed up. It was minus 16 when we first checked, and then it was minus 18 when we checked after that. I mean, I don't know what time it is right now in Yellowknife. Thinking about it, it's probably quite late, isn't it? Local, I don't know what the local time is, it doesn't tell you on here, but it is probably quite late in Yellowknife right now. I'll look it up. So time in... Right now in Yellowknife, yeah, it's 3 AM. That's why it's so cold. It's 3 AM in Yellowknife. And however, in Juneau, it was 1 AM in Juneau. Never mind. So it was actually quite warm then. It was 1 AM and it was like -1 outside. Not bad. Obviously, the time you're seeing in my game is not accurate. I've got it set to UTC plus 7 hours today. Actually, that's even slightly wrong anyway, because it's 10:01 and that says 17:51, obviously, because I started it about 10 minutes out, so we can ignore that. But yeah, that's kind of why. So it's 3 AM right now in Yellowknife. That kind of explains the cold temperature then. I'm actually surprised Juneau was that warm though. -1 at 1 AM in the morning. That's not bad. 1 AM is normally freezing. So I can't blame it. But yeah, it'll be hopefully this 3 AM weather for Yellowknife will be a bit warmer than the 2 AM weather then. So it is getting warmer then in Yellowknife, not colder. So hopefully Oh, a little bit of turbulence there. I think it's only a little jolt. Seatbelts don't need to come on. They're in auto anyway. I'm hoping auto does turn them on. If it detects like shaky, that's why you put it in auto, right? I guess, I don't know. I think auto does also automatically turn them on below 10,000, which is why it's quite important. In case you forget, it's always going to turn them on. Below 10,000. So right now we're just sort of cruising quite well above Canada. Oh wow, this cloud has really picked up. Long into the distance. Cloud, cloud, cloud. It's not thick though, that's the thing. It's like little clouds, then it's not thick clouds. So hopefully we're going to be okay with that. It's not too high up cloud either. So we should be alright. I don't know how bad it is in Yellowknife. Like, that's the thing. Right now, we're only just entering. Oh, there you go. The cloud has moved on from Yellowknife now, actually. Has moved on, so. We haven't had the updated weather yet. We'll have it in about 7 minutes, I reckon. It's normally about 10 to 15 minutes after the METAR is released. No, after the weather is, like, after the weather comes, after the date for the weather. So if the date for the weather is, like 10 o'clock, it'll probably come out at about 10:10, 10:15. And that's with the METAR as well. The METAR on Vatsim though tends to come out sometimes a bit quicker. I don't know why that is, but it's normally a little bit quicker. Again, my is now empty. That plane disconnected, so it's only us now on our way up to Yellowknife. Edmonton's quite quiet as well. Edmonton can be a bit busier. From Edmonton, I don't know where we'll be flying, but it won't be for a bit now anyway, so you can ignore that for now. I head on to descent now, 180 miles, so about, what's that, 23 minutes. Not bad at all. We're doing okay for now. And we haven't had any updated weather, nope. I'm not expecting that for a bit still anyway. Yeah, the cloud has started picking up, so I'll wait and see what the weather is like down in Yellowknife. It might be a little bit more cloudy, but again, because we're using ILS, luckily, the minimum is only 200 feet above the ground at 872, so big deal. But the minimum's okay. It's okay. I'll just check. The minimums was 872 on the ILS. Otherwise known as 200 feet above the ground, 200 feet radio altitude. But obviously we use baro because it's more accurate than radio. Woohoo. So, yeah, so airport elevation according to this is 675, which is what Active Sky says as well. Cool. So yeah, it's looking alright down there, and I've just, arc round and then we'll land. We'll look for updated weather a bit later on. What does this light do? Seriously, what has this light done? these lights working? I don't know, I don't want to use them anyway, they don't seem to do anything. They honestly don't seem to do anything. I don't know, these lights don't really seem to do anything, unfortunately. I'm not really bothered, but probably because it is dark over this point in Canada, like at this time, is it? It's not dark, so why on earth would we have problems with that? It's absolutely empty over Canada right now. Absolutely empty. It's crazy. Right, it's 10:08. We haven't had updated weather for Yellowknife yet, though. So we might have it in the next 2 to 7 minutes, something like that. Updated weather. Woohoo! Updated weather! I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, outside look, still quite cloudy, but again it's not thick, you can still see the ground through it. There's the contrail of all the fuel being burnt behind us. Currently we have about a 7 knot headwind, unfortunately, slowing us down a little bit. We're still cruising pretty quickly though, Mach 797, so almost up into the 0.8. The 787 is proper quick at cruising. Like, it can get into the Mach 7, into Mach 8, 0.8, it's nuts. So, yeah, the Mach 0.8 you can get into. So it's a pretty quick aircraft. It's very nice to fly. Very, very good to fly. So I can't wait to fly it. Really, I just can't wait. Should be pretty good to fly down there. Right, it's now about 10:10, so have we had, yes, we've had updated weather for Yellowknife. So we'll go ahead and, actually, why am I in QNH mode? That's one thing I did also wonder. I'll go back to inch mode, because we're in the US. So yeah, we've had the latest weather, but sadly, that latest weather, we haven't got in active sky, but we've got it in Vatsim, so 330 at 7 knots. Altimeter 3044, but from what I remember, you can't really tell the temperature from this, METAR. So, but all we know is runway 34 definite. The winds have actually shifted slightly more in our favour for that, and altimeter is up to 3044. But we're still waiting on the weather from active sky, so I'll check back again in about 5 minutes. See if active sky's got us anything. 130 miles to top of descent, so 17 minutes now, not long. Just 17 minutes to top of descent, and then it's quite a quick descent down into Yellowknife today. Hopefully we can get a pretty good landing on, so we had a really good landing on our second landing yesterday, doing the Great Iron topping. Minus, was it like 164 or something, I think we got from AG and Smart Cars, and it was like minus 180 from this. It was great landing, so I would like to continue. I'm hoping we can get our best landings in the 787 because it feels really nice to land. It's a nice plane. So hopefully we can continue with that. Well, 3 miles to YFS, that is Fort Simpson. We are directly over Fort Simpson Airport. We can't actually really see the airport because of the thick cloud. That's the thing that makes me wonder. I mean, I think this was the cloud that was over Yellowknife earlier, but surely we're going to have some clouds. No? In Yellowknife, we're not going to have any cloud like it says, because I doubt that somehow. I know we've still got like quite a few miles to go, but I just doubt it. Well, it says no clouds below 20,000, so maybe above 20,000 we'll have some clouds, I don't know. But looking at the clouds down there, I think it seems quite likely we're going to have some clouds. Nice look out the window. It is literally just cloud now. Have we got the updated weather for Yellowknife? No, we haven't. Why is it so late? It's always really late. Active sky. Like, the meta got released like 6-7 minutes ago. So I don't understand why it's taking so long to update. It's such a pain. Oh well. It's clearly pretty cloudy. But this cloud doesn't look like it's clearing anywhere really, apart from there. There's like a small section where there's like no cloud. So yeah, I don't know, we're doing alright at the moment. How long is it now? It's 100 miles top of descent, not long then, 13 minutes, 205 miles to our landing in Yellowknife. Not bad then, not bad at all. Got no headwind or tailwind right now. Also, I think we could get the ETA back and working. I'm just thinking, because of this, like, the weather we've got now, it updates it more often, doesn't it, the speed? The speed will update a lot more often, so... Oh, you know what? No, I'll keep ETA. I actually quite like ETA. You keep ETA up there. 119 miles to go now to Bamps, and just before, we are descending before then actually. We're going to be at about flight level 254 for Bamps according to this. But all I can see right now are clouds, and it is now 10:17, and I don't think we've had the updated weather. Nope, we haven't. Come on, Active Sky, where are you? Oh, there you go, it literally updated as soon as I told it to do that. Right, so, temperature is still -18, actually, so nothing's really changed. It's clear, clouds, none reported, so apparently we've got no clouds. I don't know how true that'll be. Completely clear, it says. Wait and see. But somehow I don't believe it. I mean, just look. We've had clouds the whole way. And we're only 188 miles away now. And we've flown like 500. So, I don't know. And as I said, according to the Active Sky Weather Radar, there are clouds. Yep, well, it's a bit less cloudy now, but I don't know. It might escape clouds, who knows? About, well, quite a while left. I don't know how long left until descent now. 77 miles. So I think, well, we are, give it another 2 minutes. I'll plug this down to let's say 3,000, because we need to be above 2,800 at these waypoints here. Let's say 2,800 then. We'll plug in 2,800. Saying that though, that's 15. Let's say it's a 1,500, because that's just like 2,000, we'll set it to 2,000, nice round figure. Let's have a look at our final approach actually. So, take down so we head round the arc. I think these two are so close together, like it's actually kind of silly. So I think we'll delete D1600 and just get Gadeb. And how does that look now? Yeah, that's better. It's more of an equalised turn round. It doesn't really, get rid of any time, but just a little bit easier. So I'll go ahead and do that. I can see our total descent on the map. Yellowknife is still looking pretty quiet, so and the flight that was pretty far there has been deleted now because they never flew it. So I'm the only thing heading anywhere near there now. But we are coming up on top of descent in 55 miles. So I may as well put this down now to 2,000. Landing speed's all good for now. make sure I've got everything plugged in to 109.5 on the standby, because we'll put that in when we are close to our airport. 109.5, 109.5. Yes. And course of 340. Yep, that's all set. May as well get both set. Why not? And that is everything. Cool, we are ready to go. All ready to get down and land this thing. This thing should start, it's said pretty soon, yeah, 45 miles. We have, you know, this flight's gone pretty quickly. We've only got 148 miles left now. It's gone very quick. It's going to be a very quick descent, actually. Sometimes, if we were up at this height, the plane would be descending now. So it's obviously quite a steep descent this thing's planning. For whatever reason. There's no need to use Unicorn really, there's literally nothing going in or out of Yellowknife, as I said, absolutely nothing. So we have Yellowknife to ourselves. And I will also pre-plug in the altimeter as well. So altimeter 3044. There. 3044. Get that plugged in when we pass 18,000. Which I believe is the transition altitude. Does it say on the charts? I mean, really, it should just be 18,000 because it's the US, but well, it's actually Canada, but I'm pretty sure it applies to Canada as well. The whole it's 18,000 everywhere. I don't know. It doesn't say anywhere what the transition altitude is on these charts. What about the SIDS? It would say on the SIDS. Oh, we have got an aerodrome chart. I just totally missed it. Unbelievable. We did actually have one. Doesn't actually say on the SIDS what it is either. Oh well. So we have actually got a ground chart, so we'll land, probably vacate on Alpha, if not Hotel, and then head into the terminal straight ahead of us basically, so not really much, is it? So I don't think we'll need anti-ice. I know it's very cold down there, but there's no rain reported. And obviously we haven't been through any icing conditions since Juneau, and Juneau wasn't. And in Juneau we got anti-ice as well, so I think we should be okay. Oh, I thought the recall got stuck or something there. It was quite odd. It's good though. It's all good. I'm hoping we get an anti-ice warning telling us to turn on the anti-ice if we do need it. Because as far as I'm aware, there's no way I can look at the temperature of these things. I mean, the oil temperature is currently fine, 77. but it's like the wing temperature. There doesn't appear to be a way to look at the wing temperature. That's what I want to know. Like, what's the temperature of the wings? Because on some planes you can tell that, but it doesn't seem like you can in this plane. Right, we are now very close to our top of descent, just 14 miles. And you can see, look, we are basically taking it slightly even below the minimum, like 37 times 3, 111 miles from your arrival. That is your minimum for descending from flight level 370, because what you do is discover it, you basically take the flight level, so in this case 37, because it's 37,000, remove the zeros, basically, and you're left with 37. Times that by 3, 111, so 111 miles from Yellowknife is when we should descend, minimum. And this thing's going past that, so by about 5 miles. So very interesting. That does imply we're going to have a fairly sharp descent. I think that's like about 2,000/1900 feet per minute, constant all the way down, something like that is what our calculation's for. I think we are about to hit our top of descent quite soon. Oh, the clouds are starting to clear up a little bit. Who knows then, maybe we will clear that then. They don't look like rain clouds, which means we can, get away without anti-ice, obviously. So yeah, it's been a pretty long flight, but there we go. Finally, we are approaching our top descent. There it is. We just hit it. 104 miles out from Edmonton. No, not Edmonton. That's next week. Yellowknife. And you can see this thing is actually descending fairly quickly. I don't know how long it keeps it, because it does tend to not keep up that pace the whole time. Here we are heading at the full 3,000 feet per minute. As I said, whether it will keep that descent rate up, I don't really know. It'd be pretty amazing if it does, because it's a very quick descent rate, that. Yeah, it looks like this thing is keeping that up, that quick descent rate that it's discovered. Okay, we can descend rather quickly then, I guess. That's what this thing wants to do, so why not? Don't know why. Maybe the 737-600 just does that. Right, landing speed 126 at the moment. That might drop again later on. I don't know. I don't believe we would have had any more weather. Nope. For Yellowknife, it's hourly. Yeah, this thing is still keeping it up, this really quick descent rate. Wonder why that is. Guess it just feels like it. And yeah, the clouds have actually cleared. Amazingly. I don't know how that's possible. We are literally like just descending stupidly quickly. 3,500 feet per minute. What are you doing, plane? We're going a bit too quickly, really. Descending a little bit too quick. We are actually slightly too low by about 50 feet. I don't know, that must just be a characteristic of the of this plane, but yeah, it wants to descend. I'll put it that way. And it's trying to descend even quicker than itself can manage. Like 3,900 feet per minute. What are you doing, plane? I said it was descending late. This must just be a characteristic of this plane, because like the other 737s do not do that. This thing's just dropping like a rock. Maybe it's the cost index 70. But I don't know whether that maybe a higher cost index means that the plane wants us to get the most possible time at cruise. to make us faster. I don't know. Well, we seem okay. We seem to be managing it. It has slightly slowed down its descent rate now. Kind of odd that it's just done this, but, you know. The plane works out what's best for it. Here we are passing 26,000, so we've descended at 11,000 feet already. And we are descending like right where the clouds start to disappear. Oh, like these are rain clouds. That definitely is one. Also, if we get the wings wet, we are going to have to use anti-ice. Recall's positive at the moment, so... Yeah, this thing's descent rate has slowed down a bit now. It will probably freak out when I put in the altimeter, because it's quite a big altimeter jump from 29902 all the way up to 3044. It's quite a big jump, so we might have a little sort of... Yeah, we might go 1,000 feet higher for all I know. I don't know how this thing's going to react, really. Oh, a little bit of turbulence there. You can see the wings flapping about. Right, down to 20 nautical mile range now on there. You can hear the trim going. I think next stream as well we'll get a control assigned to the trim, so I can do that myself rather than having to do it like, I don't know, rather than scrolling down like that. Right, passing below 20,000, so in 2,000 feet time, on the seatbelt sign will go, and on the altimeter sort of non-standard, we're going at standard pressure basically. Wait, 63 miles to run now until Yellowknife. No, yes, Yellowknife. Passing 19,000 now. This thing's descent rate has slowed down. It'll probably pick up again when we put in the altimeter, because the plane will suddenly find that we are slightly too high. There's 18,000. And we are about 500 feet too high now. This thing will suddenly discover. We've avoided the clouds, so yeah, we haven't got the wings wet, so we shouldn't need anti-ice. For once, when this thing does actually need to descend quickly, it now isn't descending quickly, right? Speed brakes maybe? Or is it... No, it's catching back up, I think. I'm not getting a message saying drag required, so I think we're okay. You know what? I don't trust it. Right, speed brakes coming out. That's better. That should help us catch up now. That should prevent us from being off course too much longer. Right, 10 nautical mile on there, because that arc is quite like, well, this thing is really like hammering the descent now. 4,200 feet per minute. Wow, right, speed brakes can come back out then, as we have caught up with our little descent path. It's amazing, this plane. Absolutely amazing. It descends quickly. Much quicker than the other 737s. Little baby 737. It's so small though, like the 900 is only really noticeably only a little bit longer than the 800, and the 700 is only a little bit shorter than the 800, but this thing, I don't know why, but it must be because it's like 2 sizes down. It just looks extra small. It looks teeny. Look at it. Compared to like an 800 or a 900. It's so small. And it hasn't got any winglets either, to make it look a bit smaller again on the wings. It's like, no winglets, no. Amazingly, it was really cloudy the whole time, and then suddenly as we get to Yellowknife, the clouds have cleared, so that's amazing. Although it said it was -18 outside, total air temperature is currently -9. Okay, that makes no sense. I'm not exactly sure what total air temperature is and how it's different to, you know, regular air temperature. Right, we're going to have to start slowing down for 10,000 feet here. There it is. This thing might have a bit of a struggle to start descending like that. Although we are slightly too high now, so that'll probably help it out, slow it down. Actually, I didn't turn on the seatbelt signs, did I? On they go now. Should have done that a bit earlier. Oh well. Right, I've slowed down to 240 knots in time. But yeah, being slightly too high has really helped us out. So we're sort of turning away from the airport now. The airport's probably just there. Somewhere around there. So we're going to start arcing. That's the airport there. So we're going to start arcing around and then land. That's our plan. And we'll keep the speed brakes out for a bit now, as we are slightly too high, although I think we should be okay actually. So in go the speed brakes. I'll plug in 007 into there to make sure this thing doesn't, because it says bypass 006, but this thing I think was trying to start going towards it. Right, on go the landing lights. We're passing 10,000 feet now, we are. 33 miles to go, not long. Not long at all. Hopefully we can have a nice good landing. That's what I want. A good landing. Right, let's get the nav frequency into active 109.5 and a course of 340. That is everything all plugged in and ready. Right, let's get spoilers out a bit more actually. This thing is struggling to maintain 240 knots here with its quite fast descent. Certainly not a slow descent, that's for certain. It has slowed its descent a bit now. Definitely slowed it a bit. Passing 8,000 now. Looks like we're catching back up with our weather, no, not our weather, our glide slope sort of path. Hopefully. There we are, cool. Just a bit of a challenge to slow this thing down, really. Yeah, it's just a bit of a nightmare to try and get this thing slowed down at the moment, but we're doing okay. Got myself some tea now. Okay, it wouldn't be a mad chilli stream without some tea, would it? I said that. Come on, I used to like have breakfast while doing these streams. Yeah. But still, I maintain that. It wouldn't be a proper mad chilli stream without some tea. I might like that cool down, don't know how hot it is. It's okay. I love tea, by the way. Why wouldn't you? Right, coming up to the end of this arc now. Speed brakes are still out, actually. I didn't realise that, but we actually still need them out. It's actually -10 outside, so it's actually got colder. So at 8,000 feet it was warmer than it was down here. That's actually, I think that's the first time that's ever happened. It is freezing outside. Absolutely freezing. After AF010 we'll get the approach armed. We should be fine to not use the speed brakes for a bit now, although we'll probably need them afterwards because we're about to hit our decel point, which we'll definitely need some cooperation from the speed brakes. In fact, we need them already again because this thing doesn't know when to stop speeding up. That's all it does. It's constantly trying to speed up this plane. Passing 4,300, so getting quite low now. There is that, so we're almost at the approach. Let's get the approach armed in here now for when we do hit it. I don't know when we are going to hit it. Right, there is that, so we can get the flaps 1 out. We can go all the way up to flaps 5. We'll only go down to flaps 2 though. Just to try and get this thing slowed down. Right, we're on the VOR. We've hooked onto the VOR. Good stuff. So that's going to start getting us ready for landing. Get rid of the speed brakes now because it looks like this thing can actually slow itself down with this flap setting. We haven't quite got onto the localizer yet. We're slightly too low according to the glide slope. We're on the localizer, not on the glide slope. So we'll wait for the glide slope. Hopefully this thing will just start slowing down quite slowly. I can't actually see the airport. I can now because we are still quite far out. Remember, we're still about 11 miles out, which is why. Right, one-way turn-offs. We'll get them on. Why not? Do we need them for landing? No, I don't know. I think we'll just go. Yeah, we'll turn them on. Why not? Do we need them though? I don't know. What does it say on the landing checklist? It says landing lights. Okay, we don't need them then. Wasn't sure. That's enough landing light. That's enough light coming from our plane. What do the runway turn-offs add? By the looks of it, almost nothing. We'll keep them off. Just go with the landing lights. Right, we're coming up to that part now. Right, flaps 10. And that's the minimum, no, flaps 5, sorry. Flaps 10 is the minimum now, and the maximum we can go without putting out the gear. But, you know, flaps 5 should be good. We are now on the glide slope, so I can take this up to our go-around altitude of 2,800. There is the runway, I see it. Ahead of me, there is nothing else heading for Yellowknife right now. It's just us. Nothing else. So, going flaps 10. And we are 6 miles out, so we'll get ready to put the gear out too. And there you go, right, this can go down to we'll add 5 to the approach speed, so yeah, wind correction plus 5, so 131. Is landing speed plus 5. Get this thing down. Actually, no, I think it's VREF, not VLAN, like landing speed. I think it's approach. I don't know, it doesn't matter. We'll set it to 126 anyway. And gear can come out now. And flaps 15. Right, flaps full now. and I'll take control of the autopilot. I'll let the plane settle itself before I take control of the throttles. Plane seems okay now, so off goes the auto throttle. I'm now controlling the auto throttle as well, and here we are. So we are about 3 miles away from the runway, something like that. Let's get this thing down on the ground. I see the runway ahead of us. It's 11 knots the wind, so fairly fairly bumpy, but okay. Oh, auto brakes. We'll set them to 2. Actually, it's a short runway, 3. Just looking at that looks like a short runway, doesn't it? And not too short, but it looks quite short. Which is kind of expected, really. It's not a big airport, Yellowknife. Doesn't look as small as Hios, though. It's got 2 runways for starters, and an actual decent runway. Hios was unbelievable. Hios. We'll have to put up the power a little bit here, because apparently go up to get back on my glide slope. According to this, we're too high, but once again, I'm not sure if we are, really. This definitely not this time. I'd say pretty much perfect. 200. Why have we not got any GPWS call-outs? This thing must have them turned off. There's a couple of weird settings in this aircraft, like things like the terrain, no, not the terrain, whatever it is. There's minimums. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to the GPWS call-outs. Oh well. Don't know where they've gone. Oh, there you go, there's one there. Who knows?
50, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, minus 394. Could have fled a bit earlier, I think. Oh, minus 171. There you go. A bit better the second time round. Could have fled a little bit earlier, I think. A bit more power, maybe. Oh, there's trees here. And the runway's a lot longer than I thought. Right, manual braking. We could have actually used like auto brakes 1 there. It's massive runway. Right. In go the flaps, in go the spoilers. Get this thing slowed down. Right, stop the clock there. 1 hour 46 minutes. Alright landing. Not too bad. Could have been a bit better. As I said, flared a little bit earlier would have been nicer. Right, the engine switches should have been in continuous anyway, but for whatever reason I didn't turn them into continuous. Oh well. Right, APU is coming on. I just missed the taxiway, because I didn't realise that taxiway was like that. No matter, we will choose a gate. We'll use gate 2. We'll use that bend, there they are. Where's GSX parked? Oh, they're still loading in. We were going a little too quick there, because I was outside and didn't realise that. Okay, hello and welcome everybody to Yellowknife, Canada. It is minus 17 outside, my word. Everybody grab your coats and scarves, it is absolutely freezing. Minus 17, my word. I would not like to be out in that, I've got to say. Right, cool. APU power's coming on. Everything else is all good, really. Lovely, 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 lovely. Taxi into our gate. Oh my word. Nice looking airport, this. Here we are after just 1 hour and 46 minutes of flying. Yellowknife, Canada, from Juneau, Alaska. And yeah, as I said, -17. I don't think I've ever been anywhere this cold in the flight sim, or in real life, actually. I don't know, Roving Yomi maybe could have rivaled it if I had Active Sky then. I doubt it somehow, though. I think Roving Yomi only gets to like -10. I mean, -10, it's so warm, right? I mean, compared to this, it is. So, as I've said, I don't think I've ever been anywhere this cold, real life or flight sim. -17, that is, you know, like, that's cold. That's really cold. I mean, slightly too far we went there, not too bad. Right, off go the engines, off go the tax lights, off go the strobes and beacons. Yeah, we parked a little bit too far. Oh well, GSX. On go the wheel chocks, on go the ground power, so off goes the parking brake. And there we go, ground power on, and off goes the APU. And off go the seatbelt signs. Let's go ahead and get the doors open once I request the boarding. Hello and welcome everyone to Yellowknife. I hope you had a great time watching today's stream. I hope you enjoyed watching this stream. You will see us departing Yellowknife in our next stream on Thursday morning. Actually, Thursday afternoon. Next stream is Wednesday morning. No, Wednesday evening. We're going to do some VFR flying, and then Thursday afternoon we're taking this lovely bird from here in Yellowknife down to Edmonton. Should be a pretty good flight. Look at that. Nice and empty here. Yeah, not a bad landing. It was all right. It was a very rough initial touchdown. Could have fled a bit earlier, but then the second touchdown was a lot better. As I said, I needed to flare it a bit more. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn off our flight directors. Off go the fuel pumps. Off go the packs and all of this stuff. And there we are. There we have it, guys. Let's go ahead and go up here. Off goes everything. We'll do a proper cold and dark. Why not? Make it nice and empty here. Cool, everything's going off. They are fully cold and dark. That is it. That is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am sure to see you in the next stream. If you want to see us fly this bird again, please drop in Thursday afternoon, where we'll be flying this lovely bird to Edmonton. Let's disconnect from Vatsim. Get rid of that spy. And there we go, guys. I hope you have really enjoyed. I certainly have enjoyed it this morning, doing our flight. Happy Easter, everybody. Hope you have a good day, and yeah, that's about it, really. So, yeah, the stream today was about 2 hours 26 minutes. Not bad at all. 8 playbacks we had today. Not as good as yesterday, but to be fair, yesterday was, I think, a record. So, 8 still good. The channel's definitely getting more popular, I've noticed, in terms of little pop-ins every now and then from people in streams, and we've had people watching. So, yeah, if you have really enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and all that other stuff that no one's really interested in, but all YouTube say anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Happy Easter, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.